ever feel like you were born to do something? Well, I never have. At least, not yet. My name is Sylla Rose. I was born in a small village to a gnomish father and a wood antique mother. I was raised to know and understand the natural world around me, to connect with all the colors the vast world had to offer. Some time ago, though, something otherworldly called to my mother, and she disappeared, leaving my pops and I with a piece of parchment explaining that she had to leave. But what kind of sense does that make? If she'd talked to us, either of us would have gone with her, but I guess weird mythical crud'll be weird mythical crud. That left me and Pops to put the pieces of the puzzle together. After a whole lot of research and sticking our nose to the dirt to track Mums down, we finally picked up a trail. So, I grabbed my trusty bow and what few supplies the folks back home could scrounge up, and left to solve the mystery. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome back, sprites, to our adventures with the one and only Sylla Rose. So this time, we're going to be taking a bit of a detour on Sylla's journey to find out what in the hooey happened to her mother. So, our story begins as Sylla travels down the road, heading towards some strange manor that they caught wind of. I realized I should have some music up for you guys. The carriage rumbles down the road towards this strange manor. After their adventures in Langston, they caught word of, who knows, some lead possibly at some place called Gritz Manor from Mayor Anathram. So they decided, why not? They were always taught you go where the wind takes you and you follow the voice of nature. So, they packed themselves up, got a carriage, and they headed towards this mysterious manor. The cart rumbles to a stop, and we arrive at the manor itself. You find yourself in a luxurious carriage going at full speed to an unfamiliar place. Something terrible must have happened for the guild to dispatch you in such a hurry. Or in our case, Mayor Anathram sending us here. While trying to hold on to something, the carriage bounces with every bump on the road. You shakily read the letter the guildmaster hastily handed to you as you departed from the headquarters. Greetings, adventurer. Thank you for accepting my urgent request. I cannot imagine the trouble it might have caused you to take this assignment on such short notice. But rest assured that I'll compensate you for that and more. I've rented Gritz Manor, my manor, to an I've rented Gritz Manor, my manor, to an anonymous yet generous contractor. However, I have in my possession undeniable proof that something terrible will happen this evening. I know not when, but I'm sure it will happen soon. So I beg of you to come and see me as soon as you can. Note, please, destroy this letter after you've read it. Eat it, if you must. No one can know its contents. No one other than you and I, that is. And for that very same reason, it would be best if we speak of your assignment in person. I'll be waiting in my office on the second floor. With my utmost gratitude, Lord Gritz. As you read through the last words, the carriage slows down. Looking out of the window, the carriage passes through an iron gate that enters a lush garden. Above, the sun is starting to drop toward the west. "We have arrived," the coachman announces as he stops the vehicle, climbs down, and opens the door for you. "Please, mind your step." You look at him and then back to the letter in your hands. You should do something about it first. Could destroy it or put it in your pocket. We all know that this little bee is like nom, 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 nom. What? We eat paper. What's wrong with the little paper chewing? I don't see the issue. Is that your dice tray? It is. It says clickety clackety roll to attackety. It's a cat. Sayu got, I think no, Sayu didn't get this for me. A fan at a con gave this to him for me. Also, new nails. We'll do you all a nails soon, I promise. Okay, so we are going to destroy the letter. Go to 14. Oh, I need to open my character sheet. Oh, whoopsie! I'm actually gonna get rid of all the... Okay, so I did get rid of... We used all my inspo last time. I was gonna say, I'm like, hey guys. We still have like 10 billion inspiration. Okay, so... Inspiration is marked. You tear up the letter into small pieces of paper. Best to play it by the book to appease your client. The coachman ignores what you're doing, looking at the horizon with a blank stare while holding the door open for you. He patiently waits for you to disembark. Go to 4. You step out of the carriage and look at your surroundings. Gritz Manor is a beautiful structure that somehow falls just short of tasteful. It's the kind of home people think the wealthy build for themselves. Very high quality, but also very ostentatious. But something about it feels out of place. A thin rain begins to fall, and you feel it pattering on your skin. You make your way to the entrance before the weather gets any worse. The interior of the manor is just as luxurious as the outside. With palatial proportions, sky-high ceilings, extravagant decor, and detailed ornamentation around every cornice? Yeah, that's cornice. I can't fucking read. Did you guys know I'm a professional? Extravagant decor and detailed ornamentation around every cornice. Hyper-realistic marble statues and monster heads hanging from the walls greet you as you enter. It's all a bit overwhelming. Yeah, especially for me. I'll take a thatch hut over this any day. At the center of the room, a double staircase leads to the upper floors. People are coming in and out of the rooms on the ground floor, presumably servants preparing the manor for an event. A butler approaches you to check your name on the guest list. "Name, please?" "Oh, my apologies." He smiles. "Lord Gritz has been waiting for you. Please, take the stairs to the second floor. You'll find his office at the end of the corridor on the left. Oh, and before I forget, he hands you an incense stick. Here, light this incense. Here, light this incense before entering his office." Ryuji, the fuck are you doing? "My lord will understand you have arrived, which is for your own good. Is there anything else I can do for you?" You can ask him what kind of man Lord Gritz is, or if he knows why he requested adventurer today. Alternatively, you can take double staircase upwards Gritz office. Okay. You know, I'm a person who likes a good surprise every once in a while, so I don't know if we're gonna ask him about Lord Gritz. But I think we will. I don't want to tip anyone off. I think I'm just gonna go straight up the staircase. I don't want to. I don't know. He could be in on whatever the heck is going on here, so I think it's probably best just to head upwards. 13. You climb the stairs to the second floor, searching for Lord Gritz's office. There, you find a long corridor with glass displays built into both walls. Behind the enchanted glass, you see several relics cataloged and perfectly positioned on pedestals. Swords, gauntlets, vases, shields, musical instruments, and more. This, as I scroll trying to find where the hey I'm supposed to read from. Sorry, the way it is placed, I'm just trying to figure out if it's on the next page. Okay, okay, figured it out, but it keeps jumping from spot to spot because Adobe Acrobat hates me. This is a hall of trophies. They all bear a unique design and splendor. You lose yourself in the way every... Ryuji, please, come here. You lose yourself in the way every relic glints in its own particular way, and how some are encrusted with precious jewels. By the humming of the enchanted glass, one touch could warn the entire place of your intrusion. It's an impressive and expensive magical system. Some cases contain jewelry sparkling with rare gems, a set of crystal daggers glimmering with magical power, and a large green egg apparently made of a single enormous jewel resting in a platinum tripod. God damn it, Mai. You also see broken weapons, scraps of scaled skin and fur, a helm with one side collapsed, and an array of teeth and claws. You continue walking to the end of the hall, where the door is left ajar with a curious incense bowl shaped like a tall, ancient vase nearby. You assume this is the room in which Lord Gritz asked you to meet him. If you'd like to cast Detect Magic on your surroundings or to 5 what I don't have, that spell. You can light the incense stick and go in. Alternatively, you can enter the room cautiously, roll a wisdom perception check if you get... we were told to light the incense. I think we should probably play it by the book, just to be safe. I think that's probably for the best. We're gonna go 2. You follow the butler's advice and light the incense he gave you, sticking it in a vase of pungent ashes. As it burns, a sweet scent travels through the air, pervading your nostrils and perfuming your clothes. You enter Gritz's office and find it is an inky, unnatural darkness, and the door closes behind you. When your eyes adapt to the lack of light, you notice a shadow looming over you. Ooh, okay. You have arrived. A deep voice rolls out of the dark, perking up your ears. A few candles suddenly sputter to light on their own around the room, and in the dim light, you see a manticore, dressed in fine garments, standing upright in front of you. "Thank you for doing as you were instructed," he rumbles. "I am pleased to see the guild sent someone competent, though I was disappointed when I smelled the incense. I hope you were sent up. Though I was disappointed when I smelled the incense, I hoped you were sent up as my next meal." Oh shit! So that says that, like, dude, this butler's trying to get us killed, dog! We should have just walked in. Damn, we were gonna be gnome food. Damn. The beast measures you up with a glance from head to toe. You're unsure if he sees you as an appetizer, a guest, or his contractor. The candles brighten as Lord Gritz moves around the room and sits at his desk. He's an immaculately groomed brown manticore, dressed in a fine suit of dark purple with a gold trim. Gritz doesn't offer you a place to sit. He just stares at you as his spiked tail twists behind him.
Forgive me. It's been a while since I met someone in person. I live here alone, and today has been quite stressful. I trust you've read my letter? Great. Then, let us not delay your task any longer. I'm hosting an event today, as you may have noticed. More precisely, this evening. You've arrived a bit earlier than I expected, actually. That brings me some comfort.
Slightly off balance, but determined, you ask him about the undeniable proof of something bad happening today that he mentioned in the letter.
You mentioned in the letter, sir, that you had proof of something going wrong today? What kind of proof do you have, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, of course.
He reaches into a desk drawer and produces a torn piece of paper missing its bottom half.
Please, take a look.
What the fucky? Okay, sorry, I need to zoom out. Where the fuck does it want me to go? This document is fighting me! He was gonna do you like you did that letter. It's true! Okay, there we go. I see what it wants me to do, I think. Okay. The way the page was laid out was not crazy clear where I was supposed to go. So if anyone from Obvious Mimic is listening, that's just something to keep an eye out just because of the placement of the art. Which, I'm actually going to show you guys the art before I read this off. Here. This is our Manticore. He's pretty fucking cool. The paper reads, I will collect what is mine. I'll have it all, and nothing can stop me. Grit's vaguely humanoid face looks at you expectantly.
I think it's very clear. Someone intends to rob me. Can you believe the audacity of the puny thief?
You can ask Gritz who gave him the letter and why someone would want to rob him, or ask what your task actually is.
We're gonna ask about the letter. My lord, if you don't mind my asking, who gave this to you anyway? I just think it's a little suspicious that they would leave it behind. Why give you any heads up at all? And, I mean, why would someone want to rob you in the first place?
The butler found it by the front gate. It was after the auction goods had been dropped off, so no way of knowing who had originally carried it. I've made more than my share of enemies over the years.
When asked why someone would want to rob him, Gritz snorts with derision.
Gods, that should be clear as day! I have collected countless trophies, relics, and awards during my time as an adventurer. My collection is unique. It cannot be compared to any other. This evening's auction is mere trinkets compared to my collection.
To ask about the details of the job, go here.
Let us discuss what you will be doing for me today. He finally offers you a seat. I fear this whole event is a facade. A lure to occupy me while someone tries to pillage my beloved manor. It might already be too late to discover who plotted all of this, and to me, that part is irrelevant, really. Instead, I want you to prevent the robbery or catch the culprit in the act. He hands you an employee's list, a notebook, and a metal ring bristling with keys. Okay, where? Alright, my notebook is right in front of me. Y'all know how this goes. Do I really need to take notes for these? No, but am I gonna? Yes! Okay, so... Gritz Manor. I'm just gonna make an inventory page, because it's easier to do it on here than my character sheet during stream. Also, I'm pretty sure my notification went out incorrectly and told you guys that it was still Death Note today. Which, for that, I apologize. My OBS did a little glitchy poo, but that's okay. We're here anyway. Okay, so... Employee... list. Gritz notebook. And manor keys. Sweet. Okay. You can begin by checking the employees for this evening and see if you find anything suspicious about them. You are to investigate and report only. Take no action. The manticore busies himself with shuffling papers around his desk for a moment. He tucks them away in a drawer. I live here in solitude with a limited staff, so I've brought in outside help. It is the first time I've hired the company to take care of an event like this. His voice betrays how much he regrets that decision now. I believe the notebook is self-explanatory. Write down... There it is. Write down any important information you find and deliver it to me. The keys will open any room in the house, but I would also like you to visit the storage room on the first floor. You'll find all the items that will be auctioned there. They're not mine, mind you. They arrived yesterday and belong to my patron, the same person who rented my manor for this event. Have a look there and see if you can find anything suspicious in that room. I didn't have the time to do a thorough investigation myself.
You can begin your first task or ask Lord Gritz why he's a talking manticore. I mean, it's rude, but we're gonna ask. You allow your curiosity to get the better of you and bluntly ask Lord Gritz why he's a talking manticore.
I'm so sorry to ask this, but I gotta know. I've never met a manticore, let alone a talking one. How are you doing that exactly, sir?
He seems shocked by the question.
Well, if you must know, I wasn't always blessed with intelligence and charm. I have given much to rise to this position. He grows wistful for a moment. My appearance and skills incited both fear in my enemies and envy in my colleagues. I wouldn't doubt it if some of them had dreamt of taking... Is that? Okay, cool. I was reading the right spot. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Hold on.
Hold on.
Was I in the right spot? I believe so. Write down any information. Why is it manticore? 7. I'm just double checking. Y'all sound like I'm getting attacked by a manticore. Again, sorry. I'm trying to make sure I know where I'm going. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was reading the right one. I'll just start at the top there. I get confused. This document confuses my little brain. Also because I'm so zoomed in on it so I can actually read it.
My appearance and skills incited both fear in my enemies and envy in my colleagues. I wouldn't doubt if some of them dreamt of taking my head from my shoulders, but I'm the only one who collects trophies, and I have plenty to prove my feats. But I didn't take you for a story gossip like those guests, and I don't see how this would help you capture the thief any faster, adventurer. Please, get to work before they get away with what they want.
He gestures to the door. You may roll a charisma, persuasion, or intimidation check to convince Gritz to tell you his story. Okay, if you get a 12 or higher, go to 17. Okay. Ooh, okay. I want to know this boy's story. You know what? I have so many dice around me, but I actually want to use this cool little mimic. I have this cool little mimic dice box. Let's roll some of my favorite clicky clackies. I got these at a con recently, a couple months back, and I haven't really rolled them for a campaign yet. So, D20, and I think my persuasion is +3. Let me double check. No, I have a +0 to persuasion and to intimidation, so this is just gonna be a flat roll. But yeah, these are super pretty. I love them. How someone, they totally upsold these to me and I don't care. They're like, it's like a,
Ryuji, that's enough.
it's like a stim, because they're just so clicky clacky. But okay, we're gonna, yeah. That's a 10, so we do not know. He's gonna be like, ayo, fuck off, and I'll be like, you know what, that's fair. 16. You point out that an abridged version of his story wouldn't take more than a few minutes to share. He licks his teeth and narrows his eyes.
Yes, I'll be brief. I've beaten, conquered, and defeated stronger warriors than the likes of you, and pillaged more treasures from ancient civilizations than my weight in gold. So, get to work before I decide to send you back to the guild in pieces.
Roll a charisma saving throw. If you get less than 10, you're startled by Grit's reaction. Okay. And you'll have disadvantage on my next ability check. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a 14 plus, what is my saving throw modifier? +0, because my charisma is 0. Okay. But we got a 14, so we are good. Go to 18. You leave the office with notebook and keys in hand.
Before you go, I simply must show this to you.
He snaps his claws, and you watch one of the portraits on the wall breaks. And you watch as one of the portraits on the wall breaks its illusion. It transforms into a gilded lion's head protruding from the face of a massive cobalt shield. The lion's gilding is worn away around its teeth, chin, and the edges of its mane. Countless little rubies adorn its eyes in the shape of the rose petals. It's so lifelike and imposing that you could swear it's almost breathing. Lord Gritz continues.
I got that from a foreign duke who was a renowned fencing champion. Was, because I defeated him.
You hear something between a chuckle and a purr.
He said he would give me something unique to remember him by, and then delivered me this a week later.
He snaps his fingers and the illusion reappears.
What's the good of a trophy if no one gets to see it? What's the good of a trophy if no one gets to see it? Anyway, that will be all.
The manticore waves his clawed hand in your direction, dismissing you. You exit Lord Gritz's office and begin walking through the Hall of Trophies back toward the manor staircase. As you do, you open your new notebook to write down what you've learned of the situation so far. You have to investigate the veracity Lord Gritz Manor's auction event and the staff involved. There's a lot to do and little time to think about it. You can start by checking the storage room where the auction lots are being stored or interviewing the staff. I think... Oh, hold on. I don't have my VTS React up. I'm so sorry. There we go. I'll pop the sweater for y'all. Hopefully it works. Hold on. My heckity heck isn't wanting to work. I just gotta unplug my heckman. Where is... Hold on, chat. We're stuffing! We're stuffing! My stream deck wasn't working. Sorry about that. Okay, stream deck, fight me. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's working now. I hope you're all enjoying this story so far. Okay, I think I'm gonna check the storage room first. Okay. $39. You go off to investigate the storage room. As you enter, several candles light up on their own, magically reacting to your presence. They are no more than blue, shimmering pinpricks of light flickering in the unnatural darkness. Barely enough to help you find a path around the many boxes stored here. Most of them are covered with tarps for protection and transport, and they are mostly sealed, aside from an old box filled with what seem to be relics. You can investigate the old relic box, or attempt to investigate the large covered boxes for further information. Go to 33, or you can use a spell to detect magic. I'm gonna look into the relic box, so that's 22. You approach the old relic box. There are many objects placed without much care inside the splintering wooden box. The box is covered in a layer of dust that makes your nose itch just by approaching it. A cursory glance doesn't reveal anything particularly valuable among the brass and tin objects in the crate, but there could be something more under this trash. Make an investigation check to find what's in the box. Okay. Investimagoot. Yeah. So, that's our first natural one of the day. I'm gonna use my inspiration, and I'm gonna use my clockwork dice. Yeah. Okay. That is a 5, and I doubt I'm gonna make it, because it's a 10, but I ain't got that kind of... Let's see. Investigation is a +4. Dude, literally missing it by 1. Gosh dang it, chat. Fuck. Alright. Okay. Well. Lower than a 10, go to 27. Rummaging through the old box of relics, you find many dusty trinkets and baubles. It's strange to think that any of it still holds any value, especially for an auction event as fancy as the one happening this evening. You check the label on the side of the box. Apparently, everything inside will be auctioned as a single bundle. You may leave the box and investigate the other, larger covered boxes for more information if you haven't already. Alternatively, you can go to interview the staff. You know what? Let's look at the other boxes. Half a sec, chat. Oh my god, did I not tweet out? Chat, I didn't fucking tweet out that I was live.
I'm a fool!
Give me half a second. I'm actually gonna tweet that out real quick. Because I just want to make sure that Teeny or Sprites can find us. Lamau rip. I was like, weird. Okay. Where did it make me go? Ba-ba-bum. $33. It's a mage of large... Mage? It's a maze of large and small green boxes, all labeled the same. Some are piled up and the others are almost tossed to the side of the storage room. Most of them are intact, while a couple have been pried open. You try to peek inside one of them by forcing a loosened lid to reveal a life-size stone carving of a lizard man. A life-size stone carving of a lizard man warrior's head. Lizard priest? Other boxes contain a range of objects from extraordinary crystal vases and a necklace dripping with sapphires to a battered and tarnished sword welded into a stone and a silver vampire mask that feels like it's watching you. There's little you can guess about these objects other than that there's a story behind each one. As you move away, you step over a crumpled piece of paper. On the floor and decide to pick it up. There's something written on it.
Do not try to interfere, Gritz. Hide in your room if you wish. No need to stand and watch. Albeit, it will be quite the show. I will find you when I'm done. There are 2 words at the end, not written in common. If you understand primordial, go to 25. Alternatively, roll an intelligence arcana check if you get a 15 or higher. Okay, I'm gonna roll my Sylla dice that my friend Eclair made for me. They're so pretty. They used to match my nails, but now we have a different set. Yeah. Guys. We ain't gonna learn shit today because I can't roll! Retiring. Seems like this letter is just another empty threat against Lord Gritz. How could a staff member have dropped it here? You take note to show Lord Gritz when you present your findings. Threat note. Okay. You can still investigate another box of relics. Alright, let's go talk to the staff. You check the list of caterers and servants assigned for the evening and wander the manor for a couple of hours to find as many of them as you can find. Some are busy preparing tables, beverages, and cutlery for the event. Others are trying to drag a fountain inside the main entrance. And another pair of employees come to argue with them to take the thing through the door in the back garden. As you check faces and name tags, trying not to disturb their work too much, you notice someone on the corridor with a blank name tag. The servant averts his gaze as soon as you approach, and he begins to dust a painting on the wall. He cuts a nervous glance in your direction. Good day to you. Shut up, Ryuji. Thanks, buddy, for your input. Good day to you. How can I help?
He doesn't look your way as he speaks. Roll an insight check. Alright. Sylla dice don't fail me now. Yeah. That is a 6. What is my insight? Please let it be at least a 4. We're missing by 1. We're retiring you. Gods, I can't fucking roll today, guys. Less than 10.
Man.
By the way, sir, your name tag is blank.
Oh, is it? Forgive me. I lost mine and must have forgotten to write it out. Thank you for letting me know. Rest assured that this small mistake won't affect my performance today.
There's something more to this, but you cannot tell what that might be. If you haven't already, you can investigate the storage room, or conclude your tasks and return to Lord Gritz to give him your report. Okay, so there's a staff member with no name tag, or with blank name tag. Alright, let's go back to Gritz. As you return to the office, the door is open. Gritz is still sitting behind his desk, not moving, just staring at the surface. His ears twitch at the sound of your approaching footsteps, and he turns to you.
Ah, there you are. You come bearing news, I hope?
He leaves the rapier on the couch and comes closer.
Have you found any discrepancies? What is wrong in my house?
You can produce and discuss any of the following notes, if you have them in your notebook. Employee discrepancy, threat report, peculiar... You know, we'll just start at the top. Employee discrepancy.
I actually noticed that while people are bustling about because it's busy and all, there was one guy who had a blank name tag, and he seemed a little jumpy.
Aha! I knew it! Good job, adventurer. I'll solve this matter myself and see the little parasite hunted out of my lands. He grins at the idea of having some exercise, though the way in which his teeth glint in the candlelight makes you almost feel sorry for the stuttering staff member whose first day on the job will surely also be his last. Is that all? You can still discuss the following notes you have, so we'll talk about the threat report.
No, I actually have this as well. I found this down in the storage room. I couldn't read all of it, but, you know, might help.
Yes, I remember this. I tore it up myself. He clicks his tongue and folds the paper, placing it in one of his pockets. You point out that, based on the amount of threats, someone vicious is after him. Well, that's why I hired you. It doesn't change anything. His spiked tail whips against the floor. As I said before, I don't care who planned it. I just want to stop their plans. He clicks his tongue. Well, did you find anything else?
Okay, so yeah, that's it. Because we can't fucking see anything. If you have nothing else to report, go to 40.
So, from everything I could find, nothing really seems to contradict what you said. And, I don't know, the event seems legit.
However, Lord Gritz doesn't seem pleased to hear that.
Then you'll have to investigate it harder. Check the guests, all of them. Squeeze the truth out of them. It must be one of them. It must be. He clicks his teeth.
Alright, you can ask Lord Gritz why he's isolated here, not interacting with the guests, or accept your next. No, I'm gonna be fucking nosy. Why are you staying up here, mother trucker?
Before I go, why are you staying up here away from everybody? Why aren't you mingling with the guests in your house?
He gives you a stern look.
Me, mingling with others. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Why would I? They are not my guests, and likely would not respond well to a manticore in their midst.
He thumps his tail against the floor impatiently.
Let the staff handle them. Besides, people find the idea of a mysterious host quite charming, don't you think?
Okay, we can roll an insight check. I'm just gonna keep trying different dice and find which one that works. So you know what? We're gonna roll the dice that my friend Alpha Aniki gave me.
These beautiful turquoise dice.
Okay, it's an 8. We're not gonna get this. Why can I not fucking roll today? I'm gonna do a check. I'm blaming this dice tray. I'm blaming the dice tray. That's it. We're just gonna roll flat. I think my luck is just shit today. Maybe today is just a bad day for D&D. But yeah, we failed that. You find it hard to believe that an old-time adventurer like Gritz wouldn't like being lauded as a hero and admired by his guests. But perhaps he just doesn't want to scare them with his appearance. Would they mind the fact that he's a talking manticore? You decide to abandon the topic since Lord Gritz seems uncomfortable. 68. You leave Lord Gritz to his solitude and make your way to the double staircase. A maid waiting near the balustrade on the first floor looks up at you and smiles. She waves her hand in trying to get your attention.
This way, please. The auction will begin soon.
You hurry to follow her downstairs. The maid takes you into an enormous ballroom where the other guests have collected among rows of ornamented... I would say ornamentated, but that's not a word. Rows of ornamented chairs in front of an improvised stage. There's a pulpit on the left and an empty table on the right. The maid continues.
Please, feel free to taste one of our unique appetizers. They are one of our company's specialties.
She claps her hands and a butler approaches, gracefully dodging people in the way, arriving at your side with a few appetizers on a mirror tray. They won't feed you much, but your stomach rumbles at the sight of them anyway. You may choose one of the following appetizers from the tray. These both sound horrid to me. Brown stuffed mushroom caps, earthy and sharp. Or baked oysters. They open and close their shells as if they're talking or laughing. Strange, but charming.
These are neither my favorite, but if I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with the mushrooms. So, let's eat a mushroom.
You quickly snatch a stuffed mushroom from the tray and eat it in one bite. It would be hard to focus on the job with an empty stomach. The moment the food hits your stomach, you feel invigorated and even stronger than you were before the snack. However, the rising euphoria that goes along with the feeling makes it harder to think clearly. Oh no! Gain 1d8 temporary hit points, but also having disadvantage on wisdom checks and saving throws until your next long rest. Fuck! Okay! So we have 1d8 plus 1. Alright, we'll roll our temp HP. Yeah. So that is a 3. We just can't fucking roll today. My 3 plus 1, so it's 4 temp HP. But disadvantage on, I'm gonna write this down. Dis ADV on whiz checks. Okay. Gritz has clearly outdone himself in bringing the finest, most exotic foods to his esteemed guests, but its secondary effect seems to be priming the guests to not think too deeply about the prices in the auction. Ah, I see. Nice. Go to 65. You thank the servants and walk to the center of the ballroom. There's a group of guests on the left sharing heroic tales and laughing to their heart's content, and a trio of reserved gentlemen in the far corner of... In the far corner on the right, observing the crowd with judgmental gazes. The other guests are either scattered, avoiding attention, or too engrossed in fast-paced conversations in small circles, too tight and chaotic for you to just slide in. You can try to approach the group of gossips on the left, or the trio of gentlemen in the far right corner.
Let's talk to the gossips first.
You approach the enthusiastic group of guests on the left. They're talking about their latest adventures, and you manage to catch the end of one of their tales. Yes, and then I set it on fire! You know, how that's the only way to keep them flying vermin at bay. They all chuckle at one another. However, their smiles disappear as soon as you enter their circle. You introduce yourself as an adventurer for hire. Hired as part of the security for the evening, and ask for their cooperation in answering a few questions. Are you an adventurer? Splendid! Please, indulge us with a tale of your own, as I'm sure you have plenty of them. After that, we'll be happy to answer whatever you want. They all stare at you expectantly. You consider some of your previous adventurers, and think you might show the party guests. Cool, I can't believe I'm banning you. Get out of here. You consider some of your previous adventures and think on what you might show the party guests to impress them enough to open up to you. Oh, cool! This is neat. If you have the silver star in your inventory, go to 69. Okay, cool. I do have the silver star still, so we are gonna grab that. The other stuff, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm assuming it's from the crystals of Zaleth, because one of them is a Zalethian crystal. That's a really cool way to tie everything together. I love that. Go to 69. Gain an inspo. Thank God we fucking need it today. You tell the group what you had to do to get the silver star. You regale them with some of your exploits in Langston, the murder of Annabelle, and your efforts to track down the killer. Oh my, that poor... That's a burping. Oh my, that poor girl. One woman sighs, though her tone is sad. There's obvious glee in her eyes. I do hope you brought the ferocious killer to justice eventually. You did, didn't you? The guests don't wait for your response before they start chattering over you. After the guests have gasped and giggled at all the right parts of your story, you finish to a smattering of light applause. I knew this would be an interesting event. Well, surely there's something special about tonight's event. I heard we were handpicked for this auction. You must have caused a great impression on Lord Gritz. I hope he appears tonight, or at least during the auction. It would be such a shame not to meet the man in person. Add handpicked guests report to your inventory. Okay. Hand-picked guests. I'm playing through this, I'm like, I would love to take players through this as well as like a proper campaign. They nod to each other, acknowledging their luck to be part of this event, and proceed to compete with who tells the most extravagant story. You can still approach the trio of gentlemen in the far right corner of the room if you haven't already. Yeah, let's go talk to these nerds. You approach the trio of gentlemen in the far right corner of the room. They eye you with curiosity and sip from their glasses in sync.
Yes.
The three men nod and stare at you as one. There's something about them that makes you uneasy. An Arcana check. Okay. Alright, Jonah, don't fail me now. Yeah. 6 plus... My Arcana is not great, too. Yeah, an 8. Fuck, man! Oh, well, there goes my dice. Okay, less than a 12. You feel something is off about this man's companions, but nothing more specific than that. They all keep staring at you. Their annoyance obvious.
Did you want something? You don't look like the other present here tonight. Please, don't say you just want to chat. I'm too sober for that.
Go to 66. Do you want a drink, I guess?
I'm actually part of the security for the evening. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm small, but I know what I'm doing.
Oh, great. Then I'd rather your company... Great. Then I'd rather your company to these shadows of myself. You may address me as Count Leclaw.
The trio of gentlemen take another drink from their glasses, the bubbly liquid inside fizzing at every sip. Then the Count snaps his fingers, and his 2 mirror images vanish without a sound. You may ask him if there's someone you should keep an eye on, or who the other guests are in general. Let's ask him just who the guests are.
So, I have to ask. Everyone seems handpicked here, but who is everybody? You seem to be kind of in the know.
Buffoons, most of them, but also very rich.
He shrugs and points to the group of excited guests in the left corner.
Those are the worst, in my opinion. They spit so many tales that it becomes hard to know when they're actually saying something useful.
Roll an insight check. Okay. I'm gonna try one of my dice. I'm gonna try my Quintus dice. Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna try it just flat. See if it's maybe a fluke. It's gotta be a fluke. My rolls can't be this bad. That's a nat 20! We did it! We made it! I live! We're back! We are rolling on the flat because apparently that dice tray hates me. So. Yippee! Cool, I'm gonna put this here. There we go. Okay. So that's a natural fucking 20. 12 or more? Yeah, I fucking think so. You notice there is something more to his words and ask if these guests are really that rich if they only tell tall tales. He smiles and perks up an eyebrow.
I like you, he chuckles. Who knows? Maybe they're even fooling themselves at this point.
Lying guests. Okay. You can still ask him if there is someone you should keep an eye on. Yeah, let's ask the boy. 71.
So, while there are a bunch of buffoons, as you say, is there anybody I should be keeping an eye on, or is it just sort of, you know, a bunch of weird rich folks?
Straight for the dirty stuff, huh? He laughs. Why not? He looks around, trying to find someone in the crowd. You watch him narrow his eyes, unsatisfied. Well, I don't see her here right now, but if there is someone you should definitely pay attention to, it is Lady Bellistraw. Just be warned, she is a little patience for... Just be warned, she has little patience for gibberish or chit-chat. That woman even beats me at being easily bored.
Okay, so someone to keep an eye on. Bella, or Lady Bellastraw. Okay, we're all done. And, okay, or if you finished interacting with the guests, you can exit the ballroom and head to Lord Gritz's office for your next report. 4 to 3. No other guests seem willing to lend you an ear. You stay there, watching them talk, laugh, and interact with each other for some time. You catch movement in the corner of your eye and turn to find a woman approaching you with a snarky smile on her lips.
You seem a bit out of place, little lamb. Have you come for the bidding? You don't look like the type. Nor do you strike me as the owner of this mansion.
You inform her that, indeed, you're not Lord Gritz, and you're part of the security for the evening. She waves an embroidered fan near her face with newfound curiosity. You notice an exquisite ring on one of her fingers as she waves the fan. The ring's red gem shines like a vivid tiger's eye.
Pleased to meet you then. I am Lady Bellastraw, but I'm sure you've heard of me before.
Her smile widens. It's a rhetorical question. You can ask her opinion on the other guests, or conclude your conversation. You know what? We'll talk to this lady. I needs to know what the fuck she's up to.
So, what can you tell me about the other guests here tonight? You seem very in the know, my lady.
She covers her smile with her fan and throws an inconspicuous look at the other guests.
They are monarchs, myself included, of course. But there is one way in which we certainly differ. It's the method in which we achieve our current... It's the methods we use to achieve our current status.
Alright. Roll a charisma, performance, or persuasion check. Okay. Okay, that fell on my lap. Yeah. Fuck, we're back to shit rolls, chat! It was a fluke! The 20 was a fluke! Well, I have a 0 to my fucking persuasion. So, here we are. We rolled a 4. You throw in a few compliments about her wealth and good looks, but she seems used to that kind of flattery. She sighs and shakes her head.
Oh, darling, you bore me. But thank you for trying.
She waves the fan and turns her face to look across the crowd, quickly losing interest in you. She leaves without a word to wander the room in search of someone more entertaining. Yeah, I don't know what I did to the dice gods today. You climb the stairs to Lord Gritz's office again and find the wealthy manticore sitting behind his desk, staring off into the middle distance. His spiked tail is twitching against the floor behind him and seems to have been doing so for some time based on the deep scratches in the floorboards. His head jerks up as you enter.
Oh, thank the gods, you're back. So, have you found him? The thief, that is?
You can present any of the following notes you have in your notebook. Unusual heirs, lying guests, handpicked guests. Well, we'll just start at the top. I don't have unusual heirs. Yeah, I have handpicked guests, lying guests. So, we'll start with lying guests.
There was a group of guests downstairs, and I'm pretty sure they were lying through their teeth, trying to seem all bigwig as it is. I'm pretty sure they're spreading misinformation and lying about their financial status, as y'all say.
He stares at you for a moment. I don't see any harm in that, adventurer. Besides, the worst they can do is further humiliate themselves in front of others. I bet they'll leave before the auction starts. Do you have anything else to report?
If you haven't done so yet, can you present the handpicked guests note?
Boop. I did notice that the guests were handpicked for tonight's event. Like, no one was here just by word of mouth, as it were, but like, they were chosen to be here.
He gives you a stern look and contorts his mouth.
Yes, I know that. I invited them myself.
You point out that he should know these people. Better than anyone else.
Ugh. He drops his expression and shakes his head. I don't know any of them personally. I simply followed my patron's instructions. He gave me a list and I wrote the invitation letters. That's all.
His tail wags around him impatiently.
Do you have anything else to report?
And scrolling. Where the fuck?
I lost my place.
I gotta make my way back. Okay. What the fuck? Hold on. Sorry, chat. Okay, there we go. It was at the very top. But again, Adobe Acrobat absolutely fucking me. Nothing else. The grandfather clock on the ground floor strikes. The sound echoes, reverberating through the halls and floors of the manor.
You've already been a great help, Lord Gritz says. The thief has not yet revealed himself, however.
He stares off into the distance for a moment.
Would you accompany me downstairs? I'd like to watch a bit of the auction after all.
His spiked tail twists behind him with excitement.
If you'll excuse me, I do not think our guests would appreciate my appearance, Lord Gritz says.
He mutters a short incantation and vanishes from sight, though his voice is right beside you.
I will follow you downstairs.
You head downstairs to the auction room and find a servant helping people find a place to sit. The servant greets you and points to an empty chair toward the middle of the crowd.
I'm here, adventurer.
You feel a heavy paw over your right shoulder. The tips of his claws bite into your clavicle.
I will not sit with the others. Come.
He guides you through the crowd, using you as a shield to navigate the place.
I don't want to disturb the event. Simply to observe.
All guests have already taken a seat by the time you and Gritz take up position standing by the back wall. The staff leave quietly, closing the doors to a temporary auction hall behind them. A woman stands at the pulpit, presenting every item placed on the table to her right. She must be the auctioneer. Some minutes of explanation pass, and the first round of bidding starts.
I wouldn't have bought it for that much,
Lord Gritz scoffs, paying attention to the auction. New items are placed on the table, one after the other. The rounds happen in a flash, with 2 or 3 bids at most. Some guests are discreet, signaling their bid with a single scratch of their nose, while others like to draw attention by waving their hands full of jewelry up high. Aside from a few laughs here and there, everyone is quiet except for the auctioneer, who wasn't among the employees you met, but her name tag is familiar from the employee list. And now, let us have a look at this curious bundle, she announces as a few butlers bring an old box of relics to the table.
I will stretch.
The box lands on the table with a huff of dust at the impact. Despite the state of the box, the auctioneer seems excited to present it to the crowd. This collection contains relics. Oh, this is a character, my bad. This collection contains relics from an untold time. Yes. She pauses and lifts an ornate lamp from the box, turning to apparently speak to it. It's been a while, hasn't it? She rotates the lamp in her hand with an affectionate gaze, then lets it fall. The object hits the floor with a loud clank, startling the audience. I know you came here for an auction, but I can give you a full spectacle. She grins. The guests begin to murmur to each other, uncomfortable and confused. As the auctioneer's smile widens, pink smoke begins to drift out from between her teeth. The guests grow agitated at the scene as the smoke continues to spread throughout the room, covering the floor completely. Suddenly, a whirlwind forms, pulling all the smoke to the center of the room, where it takes the shape of a tall and broad genie, smiling like a winner. He snaps his head in place and cracks his knuckles. The auctioneer imitates his every movement. Take a little sip of water.
My, so many familiar faces.
He raises an eyebrow, seeing the fear in everyone's eyes.
Well, it was quite hard to get here. Never easy to project from outer planes, but I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
He winks at someone in the crowd, and someone in the crowd lets out a meek scream.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm just in time to collect what's mine.
With a snap of his fingers, you hear the doors and windows magically locking all around the room.
Time to give me your souls.
You feel Lord Gritz' paws tense upon your shoulder. You can ask the genie what he wants, or rush to protect the guests.
We're going in, y'all!
Yeah.
10,000 years?
Lord Gritz urges you to do something.
Ah, there you are, Lord Gritz, the genie says as he turns at the sound.
He snaps his fingers and your employer's spell drops immediately, revealing the manticore stood behind you. The genie forms a purple orb from the wisps of smoke rising from her. The genie forms a purple orb from the wisps of smoke rising up from his body. He holds it aloft. In the light of the orb, the guests calm to the point that they become drowsy. Some of them slump over the chairs, others directly on the floor. Even Gritz slumps to his knees, his glassy eyes fixed on the orb. As you watch, human faces begin to appear inside of the orb, and you quickly realize their souls are being siphoned into it. A few of the more willful guests start crawling away.
Please, stop wasting my time. You knew what you signed up for, and this will all be over in a moment.
Then, he points to you.
You, why are you not being consumed by the orb? Wait, you're not a guest, are you? Who let you in?
The genie slowly softens his expression, swallowing his rage.
Listen up, you meek thing. I don't like party crashers. I like scoundrels even less. Tell me who let you in now, and I shall let you leave this place with your soul intact.
A slow smile spreads across his misty face.
I shall grant you a boon. I can be generous sometimes. No wishes for you, I'm afraid. I don't have time for the paperwork, but I guarantee you'll like it nonetheless.
You can surrender to the genie and say you're just the hired help, or defend the guests. You all a rose, damn it! We're gonna protect these motherfuckers. All right, 79, let's go. Yo, his art is so cool. Okay, let me show y'all this. I'm gonna zoom in on him. Look at him! He's so cool! The art in these books is always so beautiful. Look at that boy! Alright. Okay. You prepare yourself to defend the guests and yourself from the creature in front of you. He smiles, but all traces of the friendly djinn are gone.
Regrettable, he says, but you should pose little challenge. Lucky for you, you won't live to regret your decision.
The genie attacks you with a wide grin. Okay. Let's do it! What's he got going for him? Alright, so let's roll some initiative. Let's see. I will use my... Actually, let's use a different die. Let's roll this boy for me. Yeah. 4. If he rolls high against me, I'm gonna... 5. We got a 4 and a 5 to initiative. He's got a +1, so he gets a 6. I have a +3, so I will go first. It's a 7 initiative for me. Alright, so I would say I'm proficient with my bow. Let's see, I have slept, so I have any and all spells. You know what? What's your... I mean, assuming I hit, we might igniting smite him, but you know? Hold on, I gotta pull up my thing for... I gotta pull up my spell list real quick. Okay. All right. Okay. Does he have... All right. We are going to shoot him with our bow. But I'm gonna use our inspo, because that's a 2. Okay, that's a 19. That's a 19. I gotta mark off my inspiration, but that's a 19, so that hits him. Thank God for inspiration. Okay. So, I don't think I'm gonna use Igniting Smite. I think we're just gonna do straight damage. Oh, I just realized I could have Hunter's marked him. That's okay. That's okay. So it's our longbow, so that's a D8. Where's my D8? So we got our sexy D8 here. 7 plus 4, 11 points of damage. I'm gonna mark that down. Where's my, I'm just gonna pull up the calculator. So he has 30 HP minus 7. Okay, it says her turn. Roll a d4 and use the result to define which action Navali takes. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. Where's our... Is it d4? Yes. Okay, so I'm using my Lord of the Rings dice for him. Yeah. So 3. Flashy Bang. Roll a Constitution saving throw. DC 12 or be blinded until the end of your next turn. The end of my next turn? Fuck. Okay, con save. Give me a strength chat, bro. That's a 5. Fuck me, bro. +2. Oh, we are blinded. Fuck. Why can't I roll today? This is dog water. Actual fucking dog water. Okay, we are blinded. Chat, remember, we are blinded. Chat, we're getting fucked today. I almost rage quit D&D today because our rolls are so shit. Okay. It's our turn though, so this will be... I might... Okay. We are blinded, so I think I'm just gonna take the dodge action. I think I'm just gonna dodge. I think I'm just gonna dodge. Okay, so any attacks against me will have disadvantage. Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna dodge, and then it is his turn, so he's gonna make a fucking. All right, we gotta roll another d4. Okay. That's a 3. We're already blind. We are already blind. Okay, but that was the end of our next turn. We went, we dodged, we are not blind anymore, so I'm gonna roll it again. Ah! We rolled another fucking 5. What is happening today? What is happening? What the fuck is happening? So we're fucking blind again, I guess. I'm gonna just dodge again. Cause I can't do fucking shit. Ah! Okay. Okay. Yeah. 4. Airy body. Navali is immune to non-magical damage until the end of his next turn. Okay. It is... We had a turn. We're blind till the end of it. Okay, so we should be good. I'm gonna double check if I have any magical damage stuff. I can cast Entangle. Can he be... Okay. Let's double check the wording of Entangle. Because I could try to entangle him. Yeah, at least he didn't flashbang me again. The dice gods fucking hate me, y'all. Okay, so. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna try to cast Entangle on him? Okay, so he needs to... Alright, Yuala is going to just rub their eyes and just refocus themselves. They are going to cast Entangle, trying to hold this strange, almost seemingly half-corporeal genie in place, hopefully. Okay, so he's got to make a strength saving throw. What would my DC be? I didn't calculate my DCs. Hold on. Because I believe it is. Just gonna make sure I have this all plugged in. I'm just making sure I'm plunking in the right modifier. I think my modifier is wisdom, but I'm just making sure. Yeah, I believe it is wisdom. And if not, I will fix it another time, but I believe wisdom is my modifier for this. So it'll be 8, 9, plus my prof bonus, 10, 11. Okay, so it's an 11. That's a 10. He has a 0 to fucking strength. Great, cool. That works for fucking me. That works for me. I'll take a win where I can, because the dice gods hate me today. But maybe it's good that they're rolling low, because it's fucking him over too. Wah! The vines burst from the floor below, and they start grasping and holding on to his waist, finding the corporeal parts of his body to latch onto and hold him in place. Okay, that's me. I'm not worrying too much about movement. We did with Wolves of Langston, but not so much here. Okay, so we are going to... It is his turn, though. He is... He is restrained. Okay, he rolled a 4. So it's the same. He's immune to non-magical damage. Yuala is going to try and move slightly to make sure that they are the focus of his attacks. And I think they're just gonna dodge again. I think they're just gonna dodge and just try to hold concentration on Entangle. Okay, that brings us back to our boy. He's gonna fucking flashbang me again. This is dog water, y'all. Actual fucking dog water. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try. All right, Quintus dice, don't fucking fail me now. Rise with the sun, motherfucker. That's an 8. DC 12. It's a con save.
We got a 10.
Hey chat, we're fucking blind again! We're fucking blind again! It's fine. It's fine. We're good. I'm fine and happy about this. It's great. It's awesome. Cool. But it doesn't do damage, so I wouldn't have to make a con save to... Okay, so it wouldn't break my concentration? I don't think so. I don't think blindness breaks my concentration. I'ma rule it that not. That feels probably correct. Okay. Okay, it's back to us. We'd be blind. We would have our vision back by the end. So, all right, it is his go. He is. Ooh, he is fucking us, chap. Yeah. 2. Ah, fuck. Gusty push. Did I say I was dodging? I didn't say I was dodging, so I'm just gonna roll it. Roll a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Fuck. Okay. Boop. That is a 19! Strength save. Then I have a +4, so it'll be a 23. So we're good. We're good. You all will get like pushed back against the tile floor by this gust of wind. But they're a nimble little gnome and they're low to the ground, so they manage to keep their balance as they are pushed back by this. Okay, it's back to us. All right. He's no longer immune to non-magical damage, and he is restrained. Okay. Just gonna make sure. Okay, so he's restrained, so our attacks will have advantage. I'm gonna pull out my extra die here. So Uwala is gonna pull back the string of their long bow, knock an arrow, and we're gonna try to fire at this boy. Okay, that is a 10 and a 13. Okay. All right, dice gods. Dice gods are coming back on our side. They're working their way back. So 13 plus 8. 21? Yes. I want to say yes. My brain is soup. Okay. This fight is going on so long because we can't hit shit. All right, so that would be a D8. It's a 3 plus 4, that is 7. So another 7 points of damage. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the amount we did last time. Okay. All right. It is Navali's turn. Bap. We're getting fucking flashbanged again. Chat. Witness. Witness me. Ah! Why does this die love 3?
Why does it love 3? It's bullshit.
Okay. Con save time.
Chat, we're blind again.
Chat, we're fucking blind again!
Okay, we're gonna take the dodge action. We're gonna take the dodge action so that if he rolls an attack against us, it's not gonna fucking hit.
Okay. So we rolled a 2. We need to roll a strength saving throw. Okay, that is a... What is that? 17? What the fuck is that number? What the fuck? You guys can't see that. Hold on. I can't even... I don't understand what number that is, so I need to find it on another die. It's next to the 3. Where the fuck is the 3? Okay, that is a 17. Cool. I will say, I love the look of these clockwork dice. The font is really hard to see. I need to, like, smudge my whole room or something. You know what it is, chat? It's because I've been making dice again. It's because I've been making dice again that the dice gods are like, all right, buddy, no more good rolls for you. No more good rolls. So it's we rolled a 17 plus our strength would be 21. So we are good. All right. We are no longer blind. And actually, his... Okay. All right. We're going to take another shot. Okay, that is a... That's a natural fucking 20, chat! That's a natural 20! Let's go! Okay, so... What I like to do with crits, and I'm pretty sure this is what we do at my normal tables, is we're going to roll d6 and we'll max the other. Also, that is so satisfying. Roll 2 2s, so that's no fun, but we're gonna max it. So it'd be 6 plus 2, which is 8, plus 4, which is 12. Okay, 12 points of damage. Not great for a crit, but I'll take it. Oh, he has 4 hit points on. Fuck. Okay. All right, bring it on, motherfucker. Bring it on. Beep. Okay, if it was a 3 again, I was gonna shit. I was gonna lose my mind. Ranged attack. He is... Actually, I need to be... I need to be rolling some strength saves for him. So I'm going to give him 2 chances because there have been, I think, there's been 2 turns that I haven't rolled it.
Kitty! Mwah! Hello, Kitty Cat.
All right. That's a 14. Yeah, he would have beat it. Yeah, I rolled 3 times. He would have beat it, so he's no longer restrained. So this attack will not have any penalties or anything like that. We would be good. He's no longer restrained. The spell ends. Cool. Sorry, there's a lot going on. I keep getting fucking flashbanged, so that made my brain into soup. Okay. So, ranged attack, +2 to hit. So he is shooting fire at us. So he rolled a 1, which is Fiery Nimbus, which is a ranged attack +2 to hit with 1d4 +1 fire damage. So yeah, an 18 absolutely hits us. So 1d4 +1. That is 3 points of damage. But that would get eaten by our temp HP. So we have 1 temp hit point left. Okay. All right, you all, come on, baby grill. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. 13 to hit with our longbow. 13 plus 8. Yeah, okay. Okay. 26? Okay, yeah. Yeah. 21. All right. I don't know why I said 26. It's like, I can't fucking count.
Hello, welcome in.
Okay, 21 to hit. That hits. Okay, and we have a D8. I'm gonna use this guy. I like these clockwork dice. I just think their 7s aren't the best font. Yeah. 3. We love rolling 3s on our damage, don't we? 4, 7 damage. We take him down. Let's go. Okay, if we drop him to 0, 75. You knock down Nivali's avatar, and the auctioneer falls unconscious to the floor. No! What are you doing? Yells the djinn. The link between them is broken, and the genie's pink ethereal body dissipates in the air with an angry scream. I'm not gonna scream. I have auditions to do after this. The purple glow from the orb goes dull, and you strike it to free the souls trapped inside. The orb shatters into a million pieces, and soon you begin to notice some of the guests regaining consciousness. They look in shock, but at least you saved them. The staff members attempt to calm everyone, but nobody really understands what just happened. Some guests quickly ask for their carriages in renewed panic and dart out of the room as soon as the exits magically unlock on their own. Between the stunned and the scared, you find Lord Gritz. You find Lord Gritz observing the room with a faint smile on his face. He meets your gaze and gestures for you to find him upstairs. Then he holds his fingers up to his lips and once again vanishes from sight. The guests slowly regain their bearings and find their own ways to recover from the ordeal. It seems that they don't even remember the genie's appearance, though the auctioneer is confused how she got to the manor. Servants rush to help them. In the confusion of their recovery, you are able to slip away and meet Gritz up in his office. He's pacing, clawed hands clasped behind his back, and he greets you with a toothy smile.
Well, adventurer. That was a fine display of bravery. It certainly reminded me of the good old days of traveling the world and fighting diabolical creatures. Yes, I am pleased. He wags his tail. And I suppose you deserve a reward. He taps his claws on his chin. But I think you should have something special. Something to remember me by.
He produces a low noise, something between a chuckle and a purr. He snaps his claws in the air. In one hand, a large cobalt shield materializes in front of you, landing heavily in your arms. The gilded lion head protrudes from the shield's face, and countless little rubies adorn its eyes and sprout from its mane in the shape of rose petals. In the other, a jeweled ring rests in the palm of his hand. Diamonds glitter in the setting around the smooth, round jewel that looks uncomfortably like an eye. As you look at it, the eye turns in your direction.
You may choose your reward, Gritz says. With my thanks, these come from my collection, but you certainly earned one of them.
Okay. Lion head shield? Or the Oculus Paranoia ring? Let's see. I'm reading both. So, the lion head shield is once per day as an action. The lion's head can be commanded to cast hideous laughter at an opponent within 30 feet. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw against a DC 12. It recharges on a long rest. We're probably gonna go with the ring, mostly because I'm not built for shields. Yuala's build is not for shields at all, so I think we're gonna go with the Paranoia ring, which gives a +1 to our AC. Fuck yes. Once per day as an action, you may cast Arcane Eye at an empty space within 10 feet. While Arcane Eye is active, you gain advantage on perception checks. It has 3 charges. Every time you cast this spell, some of the diamonds fall off the ring and turn to dust. When all the charges are consumed, the ring continues to give you +1 AC. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with the ring. Alright, go to 85. Okay. So. Arcane Eye. Ring +1 AC.
Why don't you take the rest of your night to enjoy your stay, adventurer? You must be starving, and don't worry. I'll be sure to send a commendation letter to the guild.
Gritz rings a bell he produces from his desk, and his butler arrives at his door.
Is everything all right, sir?
The man asks, clearly shaken at the events of the evening.
It is,
the manticore says.
Everything is fine. Would you please show our guest downstairs and look after him as my guest? Very good, sir, the butler says with a bow. Then he says, if you would please follow me.
You follow the servant from the room, and as the door to the office closes, you shudder at the feeling that something or someone is watching you. One day, you might discover what that sensation means. For now, it just feels immaterial. The end. And that concludes our one-shot adventure with our dearest Yuala Rose. So I would say Yuala would spend the night at the manor, partaking in a little bit of rest and relaxation. They didn't find any tips regarding their mother, but maybe they did find more than they realize in the moment. A genie was involved. They met a fascinating manticore who seems to have his finger on the pulse about magical items. And they've definitely met some interesting characters along the way. So as they wind down for the night, as Yuala tucks themselves into the guest room, locks the door behind them. They'll set down their equipment, remove their armor, and just lay in bed and reflect on the day's events. They're not sure where they'll head next. And as they lay there, removing the braids from their hair, just letting it flow freely, they pull out the parchment that their mom left behind. And they read it over and over again. And in the words, they find some kind of cipher, a clue that they hadn't realized before. As the candlelight hits the back of the parchment, certain letters start to pop up, seeming bold, almost as if this was some secret code that their mom left. But it's strange that it hadn't popped up before now. They'd read this under lamplight countless times. But the letters CRY, STAL from different parts of the parchment seem to come into view. Perhaps it's the place in which they find themselves in, which is teeming with magic. Maybe it's the fact that they could be getting closer to what they're supposed to find. Or maybe that genie is just playing another trick on them. But no matter the case, Euala stares at it for a moment. He'll take a deep breath and fold it back up, put it back in their pack, and roll over for the night. Wherever they're supposed to go, it has something to do with a crystal. But for now, the important thing is to rest. And that's where we're gonna call game today. I hope you all enjoyed. I had so much fun with this. It was such like a simple plot, very one-shot adventure. And I think Obvious Mimic did such a beautiful job with this. I think they really knocked this out of the park, and I can't wait to see more of their adventures in the future. I think this one, I really liked it. I really wish my rolls hadn't been so dooky. But for the YouTube side of things, thank you all so much for coming on this adventure with Euala Rose. I am looking forward to what comes next, and I will see you all on the road of adventure. Bye, y'all!